Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and I have to make a decision. Do I want to go north or do I want to go south? Honestly, if I go north, I'm heading towards town. If I go south, I'm going away from town. Either way is going to be fine. I think I'm going to go south. I'm sorry. What did I? Yeah. If I go north, I'm going away from town. If I go south, I'm going towards town. I don't know if I said that correctly or not. Anyway, I'm going to head north, which is away from town, just because I want to have that feeling of getting away from everybody and getting away from society in general. So I'm going to try today, truly, I'm going to try to stay, I may try to stay off of the wooded areas and stay strictly onto the paved path. It's very muddy today. I found that out the hard way. I was unloading some rocks for my shelter, and I walked out and walked through a bunch of mud, and I had my tennis shoes on, like normal everyday shoes on, and I got them pretty messed up. I have recently now changed to my boots, but that doesn't change the fact that my tennis shoes are now basically just this big mud pie. So anyway, I have several hours that I can be out here. Today is hold on a second. Let me get a pair of gloves on. It's a little chilly. There we go. My right hand is not chilly at all. It's my left, because I'm holding on to a metal tripod, and yeah, it's decent out here. But holding on to that metal tripod is making my hand cold. So anyway, I don't know what the temperature is exactly. I do know that it's supposed to be in the mid to high 40s. So that's not bad at all. Moving around out here and everything, I could, if necessary, I could take my jacket off and not wear my jacket. It would be warm enough as long as I stayed active. So but other than that, I do plan on trying to be out here for several hours. I did notice something today while I was driving out here, is that the only time I ever actually wear my glasses at this point is when I'm driving. And while I was driving, I noticed that things were a bit blurry, so I took my glasses off and it changed the blurriness. Now I will say this: with my glasses, things are blurry. Without my glasses, things are blurry, but a different kind of blurry. And I prefer to have my glasses off than on. So I do have them in my pocket just in case. But Michelle was talking about needing for me to go to the eye doctor at the beginning of the month, and it's so expensive. I mean, just the appointment and, you know, having the doctor examine my eyes and everything is, I don't know, nearly $200. And I told her we can't be affording to spend money on my eyes like that when there's more important things to do. I mean, we got bills we got to pay. We need food. We haven't properly went to the grocery store and got food in 2 months. So I cannot. Okay, I heard somebody holler and I didn't know if it was Michelle. I cannot spend any money on myself at all in good conscience when other things are necessary, that I see more important than something like me have a blurry vision. I've lived with blurry vision for a long I haven't had new glasses in, I don't know, 5 years or so, maybe even more than that. I don't know. But that's minuscule compared to, you know, us needing food and shelter and all that other fun stuff. So I don't see it happening. I'm not gonna let her do that. I just can't. I can't do that. So I can see. I don't have any problem seeing. Just because things are blurry doesn't mean I can't see them. So there's that. We are. I don't know how far we're going to go today. I'll be honest. I have not been keeping track of my pace. I do know from when I was doing pace count out here several years ago. I used this trail to set my pace, and I did kind of map out distance out here, and I am coming up close to, it's either a half a mile. I think it's about a half a mile. So we're getting there. Oh, little squirrel. We got little pinies. We call them pinies. I don't know if that's actually the name for them. Little piney squirrels, and they're smaller than the fox squirrels that we have around here, and they're much more chattery too. And I'll tell you from experience, there's really not a lot of meat on them. I mean, you can eat them, but you're gonna have to have a lot of them. All right, enough of seeing my ugly mug. You know, I seriously thought about bringing my fishing pole down here, but the last time I was down here, it was inundated with moss and crap, and today it's not. And I've got plenty of time to fish, and I didn't bring any gear. And that's looking nice now. Look at that. But of course, that's how it's going to look when I'm not ready to do any fishing. It's a little chilly. It's still a little chilly. This is just a little small creek. I say creek. Sometimes I say creek, sometimes I say crick. At this point, I don't even know which one's proper. But anyway, there's a little dark area. Let's see if I can. Right, I think it's, yeah, right there. That's where I usually do a lot of fishing. A lot of fish like to hang out there. But we will be out here doing some fishing this year, absolutely. So I've been fishing my whole life, and I've never eaten a crick chub because they just look nasty. Basically, they're really nothing more than a giant minnow. But during mating season, they grow horns, and they look really gross, and they tend to be smushy and slimy, and I just never considered them appetizing to eat. But recently I've seen some people actually do that, and they say they taste really good. So I'm gonna have to give that a go this year. Can you hear that? Listen. Yeah, that's fantastic. My whole county's a swamp, but that's a especially wet swamp part. So there's a lot of frogs and A lot of other little critters that live around in there. All right, so here's a nice little entrance to. Yep. I wonder how active that is. Alrighty, so well, I don't know if I mentioned it, but today is Wednesday. I don't know the exact date, and I believe that it's March. I think it's March. We're pretty close to midway through March, I think, somewhere around in there. I do know it's a Wednesday because I got class today, and I got Aikido class today, and I had to go to that class that they're extorting money out of me. So we are at the county line. So we are now leaving Howard County and we are moving into Miami County. So they put those up new. See, there we go. So there's Howard County, which we just left, and we just moved into Miami County. So we are in a new county now. Now this is a fantastic trail. Now this here, as you can see right here, this is the trail that I am going to bring my bicycle and my bicycle camper on when, and I need to start working on that, by the way. I have a little piney just ran across this, the road there. I do have the frame built, just a simple little frame, base frame, and I'm going to drill holes in it and reinforce it with some cordage, as kind of like the way they made the old mattresses. I'm going to weave cordage in there, and that's going to create the base so that I can sleep on it without falling to the ground. So I do need to get that going and start working on that shelter a little bit more than I have been. Been enthusiastic about it, I just haven't actually gotten around to actually doing it. So that's one thing I'm going to have to do here soon, get that started, because I'm thinking here in a couple months it's going to be a decent time to start getting out and doing that. Hopefully I'm going to start with just a day or two. I can't really do much more than that because of other commitments that I have, but we could probably do at least an overnighter, if not maybe a 2-day trip to start with. Now after July is over, they won't be able to extort any more time and money out of me, and I'm talking about the government. They won't be able to, at least not in the respects that they're doing to me now. They won't be able to extort all that money and time that they're taking from me. So I'll have a little more time to come out and spend on the trail. So I do plan on coming down this trail. I'm going to start at the very beginning. And the very beginning of the trail on the south side. I'm going to start at the very beginning on the south side of the trail, and it's the beginning of it is still kind of a rocky dirt type thing. They don't have it paved yet, but they have it kind of cleared away. I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to see how far I can go in a couple days, see if I can get this far, maybe not even a little further.